All right, now to some breaking news we have about California's ban on gay marriage, or Proposition 8. That case is now before a U.S. appeals court, and NBC's justice correspondent Pete Williams joining us now with the very latest from Washington on this. So, Pete, what's the development?
Well, the development is that the Federal Appeals Court has called timeout and is asking for a ruling from the California State Supreme Court. And here's why. You may remember Proposition 8 was put on the ballot 2 years ago, passed by a majority of California voters. It banned gay marriage in that state. Two gay couples sued. A federal judge said it's unconstitutional, and now it goes to the Court of Appeals. But here's the trick. The state of California, the party that would normally defend the state law, said, you know, we agree it's unconstitutional. So the state did not defend it. And now the question is, in the appeals court, do the proponents, the people who put the initiative on the ballot in the first place, do they have the right to try to defend the law on appeal? Do they have what they call legal standing? And what today the federal court says is, we don't know the answer to that question. We do know this. Normally, for someone to stand in the shoes of the state, they have to have the state's permission. Now, that can come from a court, it can come from the governor, someone else. The question here is, does that permission exist? Were the proponents of Proposition 8, the people who got it on the ballot in the first place, ever given approval, authority to stand in for the state legally in order to carry out this appeal? That's a critical question. If the answer to that is no, the case is over and the judge's ruling stands. If the answer is yes, then the Federal Appeals Court will go on to decide the merits of the case, which is to say, is Proposition 8 unconstitutional or not? So we have this threshold question, and the federal court says, we don't know the answer. This is a state law issue, so California Supreme Court, decide the issue for us. It's an unusual procedure where one court asks another for an answer. It's called certifying a question, and that's what just happened.
Pete, do we have any indicator of where new governor of California, Jerry Brown, stands on this?
Exactly the same as Schwarzenegger. Jerry Brown was the Attorney General during this Prop 8 case, and he's the one who said the state's not going to defend it, so he's in exactly the same position as before. No change there.
All right. NBC News Justice Correspondent Pete Williams, thanks for that update. Appreciate it.
You bet.